Hello dear students, I am Professor Priya Kulkarni from Civil Engineering Department of Parvatibai Genba, Mose College of Engineering, Wagholi, Pune. So here we will continue our first unit with the particle size distribution. Okay. In the previous lectures we have seen about the different soil properties, their interrelationships and the Atterberg's consistency limits. Okay, that some of that consistency limit part we have completed, and some of the remaining part will complete in this lecture. Okay, so before starting with the consistency limit, I would like to introduce about particle size distribution. Okay, the particle size analysis is also known as mechanical analysis. So by means of machines we are going to get the different particle sizes of the soil. Okay, so what do you mean by mechanical analysis? Mechanical analysis means we are going to use the machines. So machines in the sense we will use the mechanical sieve shaker. Okay, and another one type is the sedimentation analysis. So in that sedimentation analysis we will use one sedimentation tank. Okay, so to know or to get the particle size we need to perform, or we have to conduct these two experiments. First one is sieve analysis and second one is sedimentation analysis. So and just remember this thing very clearly throughout your geotech subject, that is how to know or how to differentiate between coarse grain, fine grain and clay soil. So whatever the particle sizes greater than 4.75 mm, so those are classified as coarse grain soil. So for example gravel. Okay, so gravel is a coarse grain soil. Okay, aggregates gravel. Okay, and whatever the size below 4.75 mm, that will be considered as a fine sand. So again in fine sand we have clay soil, uh, we have different sizes like 75 micron, greater than 75 micron, less than 75 micron, likewise. Okay, so there are uh, particle size below 4.75 mm considered as fine grain soil. So there is a 2.36 mm, 2 mm, 1.7 mm, 1.18 mm, 600 micron, 425 micron, 300 micron, 75 micron. So in micron we are going to we are getting the sizes of the soil. So in the particular this is the soil distribution. So we have, so why do we need this soil analysis or sieve analysis? So to actually know the properties of soil. Okay, so if there is a clayey soil, so the shear strength of that soil is greater, but the bearing capacity of that particular soil is very low. And if we get the soil or size between 2.36 mm to 4.75 mm, so the bond or the cohesive bond between that particles is very low. So the soil properties or whatever the bearing capacity we are interested in getting, so that will hamper. So to know the bearing capacity, to get the soil properties and to predict the soil behavior in future when we construct our structure on that particular soil, the particle size distribution plays important role. Okay, so we'll start with sieve analysis. So there are different sizes of sieve means चाळणी. ओके, मराठीमध्ये चाळणी, आपण पीठ चाळतो तशा टाईपच्या चाळण्या इथे प्लेस केलेल्या आहेत. डिफरंट साइजेस ऑफ sieves आर अरेंज्ड अकॉर्डिंगली. Okay, and whatever is the amount passing from that soil we are going to consider, and whatever we are going to consider, that will be the size of that soil particle. So for example, आता 2.36 mm sieve साईजमधून जर सॉईल पार्टिकल्स पास झाले तर त्या पार्टिकलची साईज आहे 2.36. ओके, अगेन आता 2.36मधून त्याच्या खालची आहे 2 mm साईज. ओके, तर 2.36 mm मधून पास होऊन 2 mm साईजवरती रिटेन होतो तो मटेरियल, तो पार्टिकल. तर त्या सिवची त्या सॉईल पार्टिकलची साईज आहे 2.36. ओके. रिटेन म्हणजे हे राहिलेलं. ओके. हे जे त्या सिवमधून पास नाही होते तर दॅट इज रिटेन्ड. ओके. अँड दॅट विल बी द साईज ऑफ दॅट पर्टिक्युलर सिव. अँड आपण त्याचं वेट चेक करणार आहोत. तो हे जे काही आपण 1 kg किंवा जे काही आपल्याला सिव ॲनालिसिससाठी सॅम्पल आलेलं असतं म्हणजे 1 kgच्या आसपास, तर त्याचा आपण सिव ॲनालिसिस करणार आहे. तर तो तुमच्या 1 kgमध्ये एवढ्या व्हेरिएशन्सचे पार्टिकल्स आहेत. ओके. So this is the experiment of the sieve analysis. Okay, very easy. So, and we'll calculate the fineness modulus. I think in your concrete technology subject it is there in this semester. You will have experiment in concrete technology also to get the fineness modulus of sand. Okay. So say in the same way we are going to do it for soil. So what we are going to do here, we are going to find fineness modulus by adding cumulative percentage of aggregate retained on each sieve and then divide the sum by and into 100. So we'll get the fineness modulus in like 3.2 or 2.6, like that. Okay. So this is the experiment for fineness modulus. Just remember this. Then there is one second type of particles getting the particle size, that is sedimentation and sedimentation analysis. So in sedimentation analysis what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to keep the soil particles in one particular tank and the sedimental and we allow the sedimentation process to happen. So here Stokes law plays very important role. So what that means, Stokes law states that the terminal velocity of settling of spherical particle in suspension varies with the square of diameter of the sphere and density and viscosity of the fluid and density of the sphere. So that this is the Stokes law, and he has suggested that at a given depth h in a suspension, the diameter of the largest size d after time t can be determined. Okay. So also with a given depth and suspension we can calculate the smaller size and the largest diameter of the particles. So we are just sedimentation. I think it took time, but we can actually see what are the layers of the, or in the see larger size particles or larger diameter particles settle down, then above that minimum, likewise. So there is a descending order, on that particular order the particles settle, and we can uh, calculate the soil variation and we can calculate the particle size distribution of that particular size. Okay. So next important part of our first unit is the grain size distribution. So the by the from the result of this mechanical analysis, sieve analysis or sedimentation analysis, that result is plotted into graph to get the particle size distribution curve finer as the ordinate and particle size diameter as the x-axis. So we whatever the analysis we have done from the sieve analysis or sedimentation analysis, we are supposed to plot the result into the paper with a x-axis is a grain size or grain diameter or soil diameter in mm, and y-axis will be the percentage finer. Okay. In denoted by n, capital N. Okay. Now here we or any soil is said to be well graded when it has a good representation of particles of all the sizes. Means there should be gravels in the same equal percentage, there should be a clay in equal percentage, finer materials in equal percentage. Okay, so a soil is said to be well graded when it has a good representation of particles of all the sizes. A soil is said to be poorly graded if it has excess of particles of certain sizes and deficiency of other particles, or it has most of the particles about same size, in which case it is also known as uniformly graded soil. Okay, so just see this well graded soil curve, this curve. Okay, so we just have a look on the grain or x-axis. It has various percentage of like 0.01 to 0.1. It has the size. Then again 0.01 to 0.1, it has the size. Then 0.1 to 1, 0.1 to 10 mm, or 0.1 to 100 mm. We have the all the sizes in equal manner, well graded manner. Okay, then what do you mean by uniformly graded soil? Uniformly graded soil means what, की एकाच टाईपचे और एकाच साईजचे पार्टिकल्स त्या सॉईलमध्ये आहेत. म्हणजे आता इथे बघा 0.1 to 1 mm मध्येच ही कर्व आहे, राईट. आणि हे पर्सेंटेज फायनर मीन्स किती फाईन पर्सेंटेज आहे, 0 to 100चा तो वाय ॲक्सिस आहे. तर युनिफॉर्मली ग्रेडेड म्हणजे काय, तर एकाच पर्टिक्युलर टाईपचे सॉईल पार्टिकल्स त्या सॉईलमध्ये आहेत आणि जे काही दुसरे सायझेस आहेत त्याची डिफिशियन्सी आहे किंवा ते ऑलरेडी अबसेंट आहेत. ओके, तर हे जे काही बाकीचे सायझेस इथे दिसत आहेत ते ह्या वेल ग्रेडेड सॉईलमध्ये अबसेंट आहेत. देन वी हॅव अगेन अ गॅप ग्रेडेड सॉईल. सो गॅप ग्रेडेड हा ॲक्सिस, ही कर्व पहा, गॅप ग्रेडेड. सो याच्यामध्ये जे काही सॉईल पार्टिकल्स आहेत तो या लिमिटमध्ये दिलेले आहेत. ओके, तो मॅक्झिमममधला हे सायझेस आणि मिनिमममधला हे जे काय 0.001 टू 0.01 आणि मॅक्झिमममधला 10 to 100 हे पार्टिकल साईज अबसेंट आहेत. तो म्हणजे जी काही सॉईल आहे ती एकदम म्हणजे नियरली अबाउट फायनल टाईपचे ह्याच्यामध्ये मटेरियल्स किंवा सॉईल पार्टिकल्स आहेत. ओके, तो दिस इज द पार्टिकल साईज डिस्ट्रीब्युशन. आता आपण ते सॉईलला आपण काही कंट्रोल करू शकत नाही, जसं आपण सिमेंटच्या कंटेंटमध्ये कंट्रोल करू शकतो. तर इन केस एखादी सॉईल जर युनिफॉर्मली ग्रेडेड असेल, युनिफॉर्मली ग्रेडेड म्हणजे काय, त्याचा एक डिसॲडव्हान्टेज आहे अँड इट ऑल्सो हॅज सम ऑफ द डिसॲडव्हान्टेज. तो आपल्याला त्याचा डिसॲडव्हान्टेज फाइंड आउट करून, जर ती सॉईल वीक फॉर्म होत असेल, जर ती खूप क्लेई असेल आणि वी नीड टू ॲड सम स्टॅबिलिटी और we need to add some grain size distribution, so we add or will design our structure in such a way that the soil should bear the structural pressure. Okay, so this is the mean of the particle size distribution. Okay, ही डायग्राम लक्षात ठेवा, इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. okay, आता ही from this grain size distribution curve we are going to form this some conclusions. Okay, so there are three coefficients that we are interested in knowing. So those are Cu, Cc. So Cu means what, the uniformity coefficient. Okay, uniformity coefficient, it is also represented as Cu is equals to D60 upon D10. Okay, now what do you mean by D60, D10 and D30? Okay, these are the particle sizes and this is the percentage finer. Okay, now just pay attention very carefully here. D10 means what, the diameter of this particular particle is about 10 mm. Okay, then D30 means the diameter of particle on that particular soil sample is about 30 mm. Okay, so 30 mm diameter, 60 mm diameter and 10 mm diameter, so finer than this. So now here D10 means what? The percentage of the soil particles are finer than 10 mm. The percentage of the soil particles are finer than 60 mm and finer than 30 mm. So this is the notation used for D10, D30 and D60. Now we are interested in getting the coefficient of uniformity. So it is the ratio of D60 upon D10. The particle size such that 60% of the soil particles are finer than this size. Okay. Then coefficient of curvature is Cc. Okay, that is calculated as D30 square divided by D60 into D10. So now here the D10 is particle size such that 10% of the soil particles are finer than this size. So there is some limit specified by the IS code, that is the uniformity Cu must be greater than 4 for gravels, and for purely sand Co must be greater than 6. Okay, so just remember this things carefully. For purely gravels or for pure gravel, Cu must be greater than 4, and for purely sand Cu must be greater than 6. And again there is a one limit for coefficient of curvature Cc. For well graded soil, Cc lies between 1 to 3. Okay, for well graded soil, Cc coefficient of curvature lies between 1 and 3, and otherwise it is poorly graded. Okay, now here our particle size distribution part over. Then we will continue with the consistency limits. Okay, so consistency limits or consistency of a soil particle is a physical state in which the soil exists. Okay, the water content at which soil changes from one state to other is known as consistency limit or Atterberg's limit. Okay, Atterberg is one scientist. He have invented or he have proposed this consistency limits. So at the same water content, one soil may be relatively soft, whereas other soil may be hard. So thus the consistency limit is a very important property of fine grained soil. Okay, then these are the consistency limits. Okay, now just this graph is also very important. So first soil is in plastic set. There is x-axis and y-axis. On x-axis we have water content, and on y-axis we have volume. Okay, on x-axis we have water content, and on y-axis we have volume. So soil firstly is in solid state. Okay, then we add some water, it will convert it into semi solid state. Then we are again going to add some water, then it will continue to grow in plastic state. And then finally if we add some more water to this particular soil, it will continue to go in the liquid state. So as this just and also see this stress versus strain distribution. If the soil is in between semi solid, if the soil is in solid to semi solid state, it has a good relationship between stress and strain. And if the soil will become in limit of semi solid and plastic, the stress strain relationship just by common sense, if we add more and more water to the soil, it will lose its shear strength, it will lose its stresses, the stress carrying capacity of the soil will be lost it. So and if the soil is in between plastic to liquid state, again this there is a dead end. Okay, so the stress and strain diagram will go to nearly about the flat line. Okay, so this is the consistency limits. So purpose or the main aim of getting or knowing the consistency limit is to determine the plastic and liquid limits of fine grained soil. The Atterberg limits are based on moisture content of soil. Okay, what do you mean by plastic limit? So simply, when the moisture content of a particular soil defines where the soil changes from semi-solid to plastic state. Okay, then we can say it as a semi-solid to plastic after adding some water. Okay, that is the plastic limit. Then again, liquid limit where soil changes from plastic to viscous fluid state. So for knowing this liquid limit, plastic limit, we have separate experiments that we are going to perform. So some of these experiments have covered in your diploma syllabus also. So to know the liquid limit, we are going to perform this liquid limit test on the soil. So here we are supposed to carry out this experiment on Casagrande's apparatus. So this apparatus is known as Casagrande. Okay, this. So what we are supposed to do here uh, to determine the liquid limit, there is this method. This device consists of this apparatus is known as Casagrande's apparatus or liquid limit device. So it consists of brass cup which drops through a height of 1 centimeter on a hard base when operated by handle. So it has one handle, okay, and we are going to rotate this handle. Okay, we are supposed to rotate this handle. So when we will operate this handle, this brass cup will drop down from a height of 1 centimeter. Okay, so the device is calibrated such a way that when we will operate it with handle, it will fall or it will drop from a height of 1 centimeter. Okay, so and again this height can be adjusted with the help of adjusting screws if but the standard height is 1 centimeter. Okay, so this is the liquid limit device. This is spatula. Okay, and important tool is this grooving tool. It is shown in this red, colored in red. Okay, so this is known as grooving tool, and this is soil specimen, and this is moisture content or water content determination cans or tins. Okay, so what we are supposed to do, we'll take about 120 gram to 150 gram of air dried soil sample passing through 425 micron sieve size. So you can imagine the size of the soil. Okay, 425 micron is means Indian standard sieve size, and then mixed with a distilled water to make a uniform paste. In case of clayey soil, the soil paste shall be left to stand for 24 hours so as to ensure the uniform distribution of moisture throughout the soil mass. Okay, now what we are supposed to do here, we'll take that mixed soil sample, wet soil sample, and we'll apply, we'll place the soil sample like this. Okay, clear, and the height will keep the surface leveled to a maximum height or depth of 1 centimeter, and we'll do this with the help of spatula. Okay, so by using this spatula we'll place the soil sample and we'll level it, and the maximum depth of soil sample should be 1 centimeter. And this experiment is there in IS code 2720 part 5 recommends two types of grooving tools. One is Casagrande's tool and another one is ASTM tool. So here we are using this Casagrande's grooving tool. Okay, so what do you mean by this grooving tool? So by using this grooving tool, so it has a width of 2 mm bottom at bottom and 11 mm at top and 8 mm deep. Okay, So by using this Casagrande's apparatus grooving tool, we are going to cut, or we are making one cut exactly at the center, okay, like this, so that we can see the top bottommost part of this brass cup. Clear? So we are supposed to do we are supposed to cut one section with this help of grooving tool in a such a way that, okay. Now again, what we are supposed to do, we are going to apply rotations with this handle. So we will after leveling, after groove is cut through the sample along a symmetrical axis of curve in one stroke, okay, we are going to cut this sample in one stroke. Then the handle is turned at the rate of 2 revolutions per second until two parts of soil sample come close at the bottom of the groove for a distance of 10 mm. So you can see here, when we are supposed to drop this Casagrande's apparatus into this hard surface, the soil sample, okay, on this part will come close to a distance of about 10 mm. Okay. Now the groove should be closed by the flow of soil, not by the slippage between soil and the cup. Okay. Then this test is repeated for the different water content of the soil sample, and every time water content of the sample and number of blows required to close the groove are noted. Then the water content of sample is adjusted such that the number of blows come in a range of 100 to 40, okay, and the liquid limit of water content at which the soil is sufficiently fluid to flow, such as close to groove of 25 blows. Okay, so this is the Casagrande's or liquid limit test or liquid limit practical that we are supposed to perform in the laboratory. Clear? So whatever the results are there, we are supposed to plot it on graph paper, and we'll find out the different water content and different number of blows required to get close that soil sample. Okay. Then we have next experiment or next Atterberg consistency limit, that is plastic limit. So the plastic limit is the water content below which soil stops behaving as a plastic material. Okay. Limit means what? There is a plastic limit, okay, there is a liquid limit. So at this particular limit, the water will stop behaving like plastic for plastic limit, and for liquid limit the water will stop behaving like liquid. Okay. Now this is simple experiment for plastic limit. So what we are supposed to do, we are going to take air dried sample uh, passing through 425 micron. Just remember this 425 micron sieve size for liquid limit and plastic limit. Okay, and we are going to add distilled water till it becomes plastic. So plastic, how we know that soil has become plastic? So it can, so we'll take one ball from that plastic dough, and will make or will roll the soil into 3 mm diameter rod. Okay. So we are supposed to roll the soil we are supposed to roll the soil and water mixture until the thread becomes 3 mm diameter. Okay. Now, okay, so this is the procedure. We are supposed to make this 3 mm diameter roll, and if if we get the problem in getting this type of roll, then we'll need or we'll mix the soil material very clearly. For example, जसं तुमच्या घरात चपाती बनवत असेल तुमची आई, ओके, तर त्यावेळेस जर ते इझिली ती चपाती बनवताना इझिली ती लाटता येत नसेल, तर तुम्ही एकदा ऑब्झर्व करा, तुमची आई त्याच्यामध्ये थोडं वॉटर घालते आणि त्याला नीट मळून घेते, ओके, त्याला नीड करते. तर त्याच्याने काय होतं की ते सॉईल ते फॉर एक्झाम्पल इन केस ऑफ आवर प्रॅक्टिकल, ते सॉईल आणि जे वॉटर आहे ते एकदम सॉफ्ट होईल, त्याचं मिक्सचर सॉफ्ट होईल, त्याचा बॉन्ड व्यवस्थित होईल, परफेक्ट होईल, आणि आपल्याला तर काही रोल जो बनवायचा आहे 3 mm डायमीटरचा तो व्यवस्थित बनवता येईल. तर आपल्याला तसा तो 3 mm डायमीटरचा रोल बनवायचा आहे. ओके, आता हे जे काही मटेरियल आहे हे जे काही आपण डायमीटर जो बनवला आहे 3 mmचा, त्याला आपण तसं ठेवणार आहोत. आणि त्या कंडिशनमध्ये जर तो तुटला नाही, ज्याच्यामध्ये काही ब्रेक नाही झाला किंवा तो त्याच्यामध्ये क्रॅक्स नाही गेले, तर तशा कंडिशनचा आपण वॉटर कंटेंट मेजर करणार आहे, आणि त्या कंडिशनला और त्या वॉटर कंटेंटला ती सॉईल प्लास्टिक लिमिटमध्ये येते, हे आपण एक्सपेरिमेंटली प्रूव्ह करू शकू. ठीक आहे, तो हा झाला प्लास्टिक लिमिट एक्सपेरिमेंट. नेक्स्ट एक आहे, तो आहे श्रिंकेज limit. So shrinkage limit is the water content at which soil mass stops shrinking. So before starting shrinkage limit, we have this plasticity limits, okay, and we have one index called plasticity index. Okay, so हा टेबल व्यवस्थित लक्षात ठेवा, इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. And this is the plasticity chart that we are supposed to find out. So ह्या चार्ट मध्ये IP is the plasticity index. IP is the plasticity index is equals to liquid limit minus plastic limit. Now x axis वरती वॉटर कंटेंट आहे आणि y axis वरती प्लास्टिक लिमिट आहे. सो हा एक आहे प्लास्टिसिटी चार्ट. ओके, this plasticity chart will help us to get the soil particles, and it will help us to distribute or to distinguish between the, or to get the idea between the water content at which that particular soil comes under plastic limit or liquid limit or shrinkage limit. Okay, so that is the plasticity chart. Okay, now here the A line, can you see this A line? Okay, IP at that particular A line, it has one equation of IP, that is plasticity index, is equals to 0.73 into in bracket WL. WL is water content at that particular limit minus 20. So this is one line relationship invented by the Casagrande scientist. Okay, so what does this A line indicates? So it indicates the area above A line will represent organic clay. Okay, this is organic clay. So area above A line will represent organic clay, and area below A line will indicate the silts. Okay, organic silt soil. Silt means there are those material or those particle size are very finer than clay. Okay, so majority of Indian black cotton soil lie along a band above A line. Okay, the plot of some of the black cotton soil is also found to lie below the A line. So accordingly we can easily identify the soil coming in the range of above the A line or below the A line. So this is one simple plasticity chart. Okay, so Then relative density we have seen. Okay. So here we will we have completed our theoretical part of unit 1. So there are some numericals left, so in the next lecture we will continue with the numericals, and that will be the live lecture. So the next lecture will take numericals on the soil relationships and this plasticity index. Okay. Simple numericals are there, and they will be asked as a multiple choice question in your final end sem exam. Okay. So just study this unit 1 very properly. This is the base of the geotechnical engineering and foundation engineering subject. Okay. And uh, some experiments I have explained in these PPTs, or some experiments I will show you. The same experiments I will send links from the YouTube video. So just go through that video so that you will clear the what is the procedure and what will the application of that particular practical. Okay. Thank you.